Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Bread Brothers. We're back again and we're here with my boy Sammy. We're going to be talking about Loopering and Matic. Before we go on any further, just a reminder, guys, this is non-financial advice. It's just two guys talking about crypto. I want to hear it from you, Sammy. Show us your charts. Let's go.
All right, let's bring this up, the Matic chart. All right, so what I want to do is talk about Matic on the weekly right here. So what we've got, this is Matic. Talked about it previously. We've got this trend line up here as support. We've got this trend line over here, horizontal trend line as support as well. This is basically an ascending triangle, and it broke out of this ascending triangle with a bit of volume on the weekly scale and back tested it twice. Never got the close below it as well. And at the moment this week, we are clearing this Fibonacci resistance area here, that 786 to 618, which is very good. So yeah, upwards and onwards it is. So if you brought that breakout here of that weekly chart, you're looking at what's, the measured move is about that $3.49 EB. So awesome. I suggest taking profits along the way. And if we pull that fib from that previous high to the swing low, you got your 272 at $3.26. You got your 414 close to that measured move as well. So I'll be taking profits anyway in this region. Don't get too greedy. But I do like this one. I trade it and it's part of my long-term hodl bag. And would I be buying more right now for my long-term hodl bag? No. So I would be waiting for a retrace. And there's some reasons for that. So if we go down, stochastic RSI is in that oversold area. Overbought area.
Overbought.
Best time to buy for a long term is the crossing in that oversold area when it happened down here. See that price down there at 82 cents. You had that bullish cross come, and then you got the stochastic coming out of that oversold area. So that's generally the best time to buy. Moving in onto the daily IBI, would I trade it? Well, on the sidelines right now, you could probably short it because you're getting to this macro resistance. You could see here previously, look at the volume that came in as well. Let's just turn off a bunch of indicators because it looks a bit noisy. You got resistance there, rejected. You got resistance there, rejected. Now we're attacking it again. So would I trade it? I would be looking for a daily close above this line and a retest, right? But if we get the daily close and the retest fails, then you're looking at going way down. You're looking at retracing basically. I wouldn't take this trade opportunity. It just doesn't look enticing to me before, because you look at the volume that came in that got us up to that trend line. Look at all this volume that got us up there and got rejected. Look at all this volume up here that got us up there and got rejected. We're just not seeing that volume come in. And it's actually a bearish divergence, right? It's like a class 3 bearish divergence or a class C bearish divergence, they call it. We've got equal highs at the moment, but we've got volume decreasing. So expect volatility. Whenever there's a decreasing volatility, it means, there could be some volatility. Decreasing volume means potential volatility coming to the market. And at the same time, what I wanted to say is there's no strength, right? So you look at this rally from here when Matic was down here and it went up. Look at the volume that went up with it. That was a strong uptrend. At the moment, you've got Matic down here with the volume. Matic down here with the price going up all the way there, but this time the volume's just not there. This is called a weak uptrend. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's moving up with weakness. You do not want to trade something that is moving up into weakness. So rule number 1, trade in uptrends. Yep. Rule number 2, trade in strength. This is just not showing me that strength. So let's see what it does with that daily. If we do get the rejection, buying out any pullback will be a great opportunity for Matic because we're still in this macro, uptrend. If Matic does close a weekly candle below this level here, below the 618 of like $1.92, yeah, you might be thinking about closing your trades, but yeah, still great opportunities for Matic.
I'm still bullish on Matic. I am absolutely bullish from Matic from day one. As you just showed on the previous chart there, I was going to jump in, but I wanted you to finish off there is that, seeing that cup and handle. I know there's a cup and then there's double handles happening. That's what I was seeing, Sammy.
Bullish. Yeah, it is bullish with those cup and handle movements. We've got the measured move up there. It takes time to get up there. So I'm saying, yeah, those targets should be met in the future. If the narrative continues and it still continues its rally, it could potentially reach those targets. But I just wanted to bring to your attention about this VPVR zone. You've got a lot of support at that on this line that I've put in here at $1.95. So if this does have a retrace, and it probably will, this is a strong area to if you're looking at long-term holds or if you're looking at a trade opportunity, this will be a great area. And that's what I wanted to add for Matic. Let's quickly look at Matic BTC because these are key as well. So what's Matic BTC doing against Matic, against the performance of Bitcoin? So at the moment, it's approaching this macro high area. So you can see I've drawn resistance up here. So it could get rejected and come back down for a retrace and probably come down here as well. Remember, no VPVR support. There's no support in this area either, other than, you know, horizontal lines of support, no moving average in this area. So Matic to BTC, you could get a retrace out here compared to Bitcoin. Very strong. Not many altcoins are doing this. Not many altcoins are attacking their previous highs against Bitcoin. So this tells me Matic is a strong coin and you want to be trading it and you want to be
holding it at least.
Yeah, because it is a strong point. If I show you DeFi, every DeFi token against Bitcoin has been destroyed. Just have a look at YFI against Bitcoin on the weekly chart. It's been absolutely destroyed. But Matic against Bitcoin, it's attacking those previous highs. So time will tell if it can break it. And if it can, if it does break it, I do see Matic going to those target levels that I spoke about against the USD chart. Let's look at Matic ETH again. And Matic ETH, this chart hasn't got a lot of trading data. It only started about 12th of November on Binance. I'm not saying trade Matic and ETH, but you want to look at it. You want to pick your coins that are outperforming Bitcoin EB and outperforming Ethereum for sure. And at the
Matic
moment,
is definitely one of those coins that's doing both of them.
Absolutely. At the moment, you can see Matic. It was in this rising wedge formation, which, rising wedges, 70% chance they break bearish, but off the 30% chance they break bullish, it can be a catalyst for very fast movements higher, parabolic moves higher. So at the moment, I'm just drawing my levels out of here. You could see, you had some consolidation up here. There was resistance, broke through it. You had support consolidation here with tested. So that's our support. So now it flipped this. So both of these are really support zones. So I'll just draw it like this quickly so you can see. So yeah, if Matic ETH comes back down to this region, and Matic BTC comes back down into this region, they might be prime opportunities to
opportunities.
Look at the Matic USD chart and make a entry, because for a fact it is outperforming Bitcoin and ETH. It's a good token. That's what I'm saying for sure. A token that is outperforming both Bitcoin and ETH is worth paying attention to. What do you think?
And it is linked to Ethereum, the performance of Ethereum too. And that's when I started to question, usually when Ethereum pumps, Matic pumps harder. But now we're seeing if Matic kind of overtaking Ethereum. But whether that's because of the ZK rollup narrative, and the two coins that we're talking about today, they're both integrating ZK rollup. And ZK rollup is going to be the next narrative in the crypto world. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But let's look at Loopering. Let's compare. That's why today, guys, today's episode is all about comparing two of these coins. They're both are getting integrated into, they're both integrating ZK rollup. So that's why I want to compare it and to see which one's the better buy.
So Loopering, pretty much, we can see what's going on here. I'm not paying too much attention with Loopering because it is in a downtrend. You got your high, then you got your lower low, then you got your lower high, and then you've got a low again. So it's trying to bottom out. I just want to put a line here just so I know my levels, and I'll set an alert if it does come back here, because that might be a great trade opportunity for Loopering. But looking at it, I not really no alarm bells yet for Loopering. What I do want to see is Loopering break this 382 retracement line right here. You can see it.
Yeah.
Right there, resistance rejected, found support here, bounce back up. It's just consolidating at the moment. It's between the 21 daily moving average and underneath the 50 daily moving average, right? So
it's in the sweet spot, isn't it, Sammy? It's not doing it's on the fence. You can play it either way.
Whenever you're seeing price action in between moving averages, it's a game of consolidation. So you could trade it off the 4-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart, there is trade opportunities there, but I just don't have time. I look at it at the daily. On the daily, it's consolidating. So if it does break that 50-day moving average, it also breaks the 382. And then I want to see it put in a higher high and a higher low. That's when my attention will be back on Loopering, right? Once it puts in a higher high and higher low, and it does break this horizontal level of resistance that I see it forming along here. I want to see it break this horizontal line of resistance, and then I'll look at going long. But for now, Loopering has pumped a lot. That you can see on the VPVR, it's got no support down in this region, right?
Wow.
You know, you've got your 100-day moving average right there that acts as support. You got a little cluster of support there, and a ton of cluster of support down there at 50 cents. But there's hardly nothing down here to hold it if the floor does fall on Loopering. And remember,
we don't want to be there, Sammy. We don't want to be there when that happens.
At the moment, it's a wait and see for Loopering. You know, you got this downtrend, and this goes all the way down to, you know, Jan next month. So it's not long. I think Loopering is just in the same basket of a lot of mid and large caps in the top 100, top 200. They're just waiting for a direction out of Bitcoin. I wouldn't be testing it right now. I would wait. You know, this might be a good trade opportunity to buy it at $1.99. But if it does lose support here, guys, you got to rethink your position.
Before we close out, what's the moon targets on this? And then I like to see which one you decided that would be the better buy, Sammy.
Yeah, so I also wanted to look at Loopering to Bitcoin quickly. So let's look at it on the weekly chart. So Loopering to Bitcoin, you can see what's going on here, Ibby. It's finding resistance here. It cannot break through this area of resistance. So I do see Loopering to Bitcoin coming down soon to retest this area of support. And that might be your best opportunity to buy it, right? So
I'll be definitely buying if that happens.
Yeah, so it has outperformed Bitcoin, but what? Do you expect this to just shoot up again or keep on going higher? It's not going to be common. So it moved very quickly through this area. I do expect it to come back down and retest it. And if it does come down here, don't be afraid. Go back down into Loopering against the US dollar and then see your potential buy opportunities or entry opportunities. Because if Loopering against Bitcoin is down in here, it's great value in my opinion. It should be a strong area of support and we should see it bounce. Other than that, yeah, I'm looking at over time. I want to see Loopering break this, retest it as support and continue higher. And at the moment, if you ask me what's the better bet, I'll say Matic because, you know, Matic against Bitcoin, it's up here. It's attacking its previous macro highs. Loopering against Bitcoin, it's not there. It's 50% of its way there. So I think it will get there over time. But at the moment, Matic does look like the stronger coin to me. And on the daily, Loopering's in a downtrend, whether you like it or not. Matic, it's on an uptrend.
Yeah, you can see the massive pump that happened with Loopering there. That's, you know, anything that pumps that quickly, you need to expect it to go down a bit, you know, and go back to the previous support level. But you didn't give us your moon targets for Loopering, and that is it, Sammy. Let's not forget about the moon targets because probably a lot of our audience who are watching, they want to know what the moon targets are.
Well, it all depends, and it's very hard because I don't think Loopering has been in a previous bull run, right? So it hasn't got a previous, you know, rally high coming down into the bear market. It hasn't got that, so it's very hard to give a moon target.
Yeah.
So I would not really take this.
What are the fibs? What are the Fibonacci levels saying for this?
For moon targets, always great. I always take the biggest swing high down to the biggest swing low, and it hasn't got much for us to work with. So I've got a swing high there to a swing low there. And these are our fib levels. This is what I'm looking at, Loopering over time to start attacking this. First, let's see it get through $6 first. Yeah. And then you got $10, $14, all the way up to $215, which
that's a bit more of like if the market becomes a $10 trillion market there, Sammy.
Correct. If you measure it from the price where we're at now all the way to those areas, you're looking at a 9x, which goes along with what you said. If the market cap of the entire crypto market pumps. But at the moment, you know, on the weekly log chart, you know, it's pumped, it's consolidating. You know, you either call it a descending triangle or a bull flag. It kind of looks like both, right? Just wait and see what it does here on the weekly. You know, what a beautiful structure right there, Ibby. Pumped, now consolidating. Wait and see what happens here. If we get
I'm seeing that as a bull flag there itself, Sammy. But let's just see what the way it plays out, right? Patterns are patterns, but you need to look at the overall picture, of course.
If we get that weekly close above this descending line, right? Yeah, there's a potential trade opportunity here. But if we get a weekly close below this purple line, you're looking at coming down to find support somewhere down here, you know, 79 cents. So keep it on your radar. If it does fall, if the market does dump and Loopering does come down here to 80 cents, I think Loopering will have much of a deeper retrace than Matic. And in that kind of a market, Loopering might be the better buy to have because it will give you way better value for money. It would have a solid 100%. Retrace. Whereas Matic, might just put in a higher low, and it's good for the traders. But for a long-term investor, or Matic might even break its macro trend of, you know, high highs and high lows. It might break its macro trend and might actually put in a lower low, causing, you know, alarm bells. But if we have a dump polar and Loopering comes down here at, you know, 77 cents, depending what Matic's doing, Loopering might be a better option there. But for now, with the current market, all eyes on Matic.
All eyes on Matic, and 100%. Let's talk about the narratives, and then we'll call it for this episode. The narratives, we've seen the metaverse narrative, which you've seen coins like Sand, Mana just pump. The next narrative that we're hoping that will come into play is the ZK rollup. I'm not going to get into deep details in regards to what it does, but if it is the next narrative in play, and coins like Matic and Loopering, which are integrating these, can see a bit of a pump. And that's why I'm kind of starting to plan to invest. Now, I have only invested into Matic myself. I'm waiting for a buy opportunity for Loopering. And where you've shown, Sammy, that's where I would probably buy as well. I'm just going to play the narrative game. That is my strategy. Your strategy may be different. At the end of the day, guys, this is just two guys just sharing their thoughts. This is us. Sammy, just a final summary. What would you like to say? And then we'll call it.
Trading wise, Matic looks strong. It's putting in higher highs and higher lows. So trading wise, I'll be looking at Matic at that price range at the moment for Matic. If you're a long-term investor, I wouldn't be, you know, buying more unless you get some nice juicy dumps.
Yeah.
But look at those targets above. If you're trading, consider taking profits at those levels. Or if you want to make moves and move your hodl bags around, that might be a great time to take some profits from Matic from your long-term bags and redeploy it elsewhere. Loopering, I am very bullish on it as well in the long term, but see my trend line, see my levels, it has to prove itself before I trade it or even add more to my long-term bags.
Awesome. That is it, guys. We have nothing more to say. Please remember to like, comment, and share. Have a good day or night.